word service for today. I'm to slide into our wonderful, wonderful lesson. And how do I know how wonderful it's going to be? Because I said to Spirit before I came in, never have you let me down, because I always use my famous saying, which wasn't really even mine, but it has been for the last 30-some years. I give joyous thanks knowing that always I know what to say, when to say it, and when to say nothing. And it's like, yeah, chuckle. Because there are lots of times when we're better off not saying anything and just letting the Spirit of God move in and through each one that is here. But speaking of the Spirit of God moving in and through each one that is here, I just want to share a little bit of, Ari and I were on a cruise this past week, and we went on the newest Carnival ship, the ship that they built to celebrate their 50th year of sailing. It's called the Mardi Gras. And if any of you have any interest in sailing, think you'd like to go, I would highly recommend the ship. It holds a lot of people, 5,200 people were on this particular cruise. But with all those people, you were no more crowded than you are on any other cruise. You have to wait on a line at the Lido deck or wherever. It was just a wonderful experience. And one of the things that was so wonderful about it was not only sitting on our balcony or sharing private cabanas with some new friends that we made, cabanas on the island, one of the islands we visited, and they had a beautiful loft on the ship. So, I mean, we were really treated like, well, I guess we always should be. It was just wonderful. But when you were down mingling with a lot of the other people, it gave a wonderful opportunity to recall the power of the spoken word. You each remember that, right? The power of the spoken word. And one of the things we first learned about the power of the spoken word is we want to be careful in the way we use the words we speak, particularly when we attach those words to our sense of I am. Now, just as a reminder, we all remember what our sense of I am is, don't we?
Yes.
Yes. It's our sense. Thank you for that.
They're shaking their heads, but the sound's not coming out.
Oh, I see, Shirley. Always an excuse. I'm only teasing you. It's our sense of divinity. For example, if we went around singing and reminding ourselves constantly, I am a radiant child of God. I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. Guess what? Our day goes much smoother. We do feel much more peppy. We are spot on with things we thought we may have forgotten. Because that's what we are attaching to who it is we truly are. You know, we've talked in a couple weeks in the past about this fact that we are a blended being. We are walking around and driving around and living in this world where we could focus on a lot of chaos. But because of what we know and who we know that we are as a blended being, we only want to attach positive, loving, truthful things to our sense of I am. And then one of the many benefits that happens when we do that is not only do we feel more vim and vigor and vitality, but we are helping that whole idea of race consciousness to be lifted up. And if there was a time of a need, you can almost say, of being lifted up, of race consciousness, of that prevailing thought of the largest part of humanity, it's now. But you would hear people say things like, well, perhaps there had been an argument or something in the family or some little something going on. And you would hear this whole group of non-positive words being attached to their sense of I am, perhaps the family member's sense of I am. And it was like, I would want to say, stop it. You're only creating more chaos, more hostility. So If we want to feel the vivid figure, well, we can sing that little ditty we sang, or we can stop saying things like, oh, I am sick and tired of this. Anybody ever say, I am sick and tired of your attitude, your behavior? Well, guess what happens when you say that?
You feel sick and tired.
Exactly. It is the same thing. Why would we want to do that to ourselves? I don't know. Do I ever slip and say, oh my gosh, I am just so tired, which only makes me more tired. But it's something that we do almost unconsciously. But when it comes to our spoken word, I guess what I am doing during this time is inviting us to not do that, to become more conscious of that sense of I am, that true part of us, that I am part of us, the soul of us, and what we attach to that, because it is what we are creating more of in our life, and we're keeping that hostility stirred up. Can everyone agree that there does seem to be an appearance of a whole lot of hostility in the world today?
Yes.
Yes. All right, and so guess who? Guess who can begin to change that?
Us.
Us. And we're the only ones who can do that. But if all of the us's of us who know that truth get together and start what? Claiming peace. I am peace. I am peace. I am God's love in expression. Try speaking that to yourself a little bit and see the difference in how you feel. I am blessed to live in this country. I have to share an experience that I just could hardly believe. We all know about the open border now and the many, many people who have come here for the many, many different reasons that they have. And here we are on this trip with our passports in hand, because every time you leave the ship, you need to show your passport and your card, coronavirus card, and all that to get back on the ship or off the ship. So a friend of mine would explain this to me, who it was. So I've got my passport and my cards ready, and I'm going to declare the things that I've bought on the islands. And the whole process has changed. The whole process has changed. And I thought, what? You don't want to see my passport? You don't want to know that I'm a full-fledged American here? No, you walk off the ship with the 5,200 other people, and you go up to a camera. I didn't even realize it was a camera at first, but a little slow sometimes. And it's a camera. And this wonderful lady who has nothing to do, like as a customs agent or anything, is standing there at the camera, and she puts her hand up on the top like you do when you want to get a kid to smile or look in a certain direction. Look at my hand, and look into the camera. Well, what I found out, and you probably already know it, I said to my husband, I said, we couldn't have brought in anything. We could be anybody. How do they know? Well, once I calmed down and talked with a few people, I realized that what they're doing now is facial recognition. So had I been a terrorist or on some horrible list of something, I guess it would have shown up with terrorists across, I don't know. But it didn't, and so I'm back in the country, and I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. So I was talking to my friend about it, and she said, oh yeah, Nancy, they've been using that now for a while. She and her husband just recently returned from England. He's retired Scotland Yard. And she said to me, you wouldn't want to know what they know about you.
Yeah.
So I said, well, yeah, you're probably right on that. But I'm glad I know what I know. I'm glad I know the truth that I know. I'm glad that I know that for each and every one of you. I know that there's a very important part of understanding the power of the spoken word. Oh, and speaking of that, I just feel there is someone else here who has something in addition to what I have said about the power of the spoken word. And so if you feel led, please share that now.